you all, in an effort to get away from the snowy mountain, ended up traveling a little bit through the Feywild and had some contests, such as battle with instruments against the Prince of Satyrs. You took out a coven of green hags that were posing as beautiful summer and autumn Eladrin, and you have found yourself in a strange place that may or may not be connected to some sort of fae. I don't know where you would get that idea, but theoretically, it would be possible. And when we last left off, you all had just dropped into this snowy land to the portal. It's difficult to see at first, but once you get in, um, the blizzard kind of dies down, and you actually realize that aside from the occasional snowflake, the weather seems pretty clear, and you all can see so this stagger in distance out in the horizon. It's incredibly clear for how much snow and ice there actually is, and there are these giant spars of ice and stone jutting out of the ground like mountaintops. And far off in the distance, you can see that one of these spars is made out of some sort of black icy substance, like obsidian. And you get the sense that it's maybe calling to you a little bit. It does seem inviting.
They're escorting us, right?
Uh,
We
define
kind of just
they.
showed up and everyone taking in like, oh fuck, where are we?
You mean the druids or?
I believe we are in the winter court.
No, the what? Yeah, didn't some winter elves come and like blockade us?
No.
It wasn't. So you can see uh, soldiers in some sort of plate patrolling the area, and some of them riding out in formation and things. None of those seem to have seen you or approached you, but there was a fox-like creature that spoke to you in a pretty clear
Oh, that was
voice.
right. Yeah. What the fuck?
And the last thing it told you after saying "be careful" was or the last thing it did rather was tell you to be careful, and then begin to kind of walk ahead of you all slowly through the snow.
Um, do our druid friends know where to go from here to get to the right portal?
They look just as lost as you do.
Motherfucker. Okay. I guess
Do
we'll
any
have
of
to
them know
go.
plane shift?
No. In fact, I will double check and make sure, looking at their list, if they don't have anything. Um, they tell you that outside of combat, the only things they'll be able to do here for the most part is going to be relating to speaking with the local animals.
Okay, well, we have to go, I guess, to the high court to find someone down there who knows their way around here.
Does Fang know enough about the Fae to know not to go into a Fae court unannounced?
Give me a history check.
I'm gonna abuse my relationship knowledge as much as I can right now.
You know what? Hmm. Okay.
What? I didn't roll yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking some things up. Go ahead and roll then. Go ahead.
God damn it, roll 20. Well, I got a nat 1, so it's a 2.
So, from what you recall, you remember hearing a lot of stories about the Fae from your dear lady, and you were told lots of stories about how, despite their odd alien nature and their, for the most part, lack of understanding of human morality, a lot of them are actually pretty reasonable. That's what you recall. You can't exactly recall if any of this advice was applied to one court over the other, but
Well, we have to just find someone, who knows their way around. That's all. That's all we have to do.
Should I summon the fish?
I don't think that's helpful.
I mean, to be fair, it acts like a fae.
uh, the the
I don't know.
fox-like
I don't
creature
know if you
suddenly
know that.
stops.
Would you?
The fox-like creature suddenly stops and turns its or it turns its head and sets its eyes on you, and it says,
Oh, I thought it was gone.
"No, it's still close enough to turn around. It's slowly walking away, and
Oh,
it turns to face you and says, 'This place is full of things that act. Can never trust behavior, not at face value.'" And it sort of curiously tilts its head, and its eyes narrow in an almost human expression, and it says, "You all are very green, aren't you?"
I mean, I'm an orc. That's kind of rude to point that out, though.
yes, we don't know this place that well.
Whenever you say that, Fang, you see the thing actually smiles, and it doesn't smile like a fox. Sort of, turns its lips up, and people joke about it looking like a smile. Its lips spread wide in an almost human smile, and it puts on a Cheshire grin. And this row of um, fangs that are as white as the snow beneath it kind of show themselves, and there are so many that it almost looks like a shark's teeth. And then it just looks at you for a moment like that fang, and then it turns its head to face Soren. Uh, and it stays where it is, but it speaks again and says, "Oh, but this wasn't your first stop. I can smell the summer court all over you."
We're just trying to find our way back to the material plane.
Normally, I could guide you for a price, but there's been a complication.
Did some fucking message just go out to detain us? Has there been a change in the winds, says him?
This creature laughs, and it's a very human sounding voice, very human sounding laugh. And it says, uh, It's a very tumultuous time in the court's politics. You see, however you got in, there's no guarantee that it yet holds a way out, and barging in uninvited like that is, to some, an insult. Trust you have a good reason.
Would walking through the wrong portal count?
I suppose so, but it's not me you'll have to convince. How you have some very interesting things with you. I think if you're willing to trim the fat from your group, then perhaps the Queen will show you some degree of clemency, but
I
it might
don't
not be
like
wise to try.
the way he says that.
Yeah, what do you mean by that exactly?
Oh, well, you'll have to forgive her for her suspicions. There have been some very uncouth displays of, frankly, brazen hostility towards a court lately, so she's not very kind to visitors. Of course, if you were to have someone more knowledgeable in the area, you could avoid her altogether, but these things don't come for free.
Is there anyone else you think we can talk to or deal with? Not in the court outside. Who might know the portals around here?
Uh, you notice something kind of slithers in the snow. Um, and this thing, you couldn't really see it before, but all of a sudden, this creature's tail presents itself, and it's almost 2 or 3 times as long as its body. It's a very snake-like tail, and it kind of flails through the air in almost whip-like fashion. And it says, "I know a few things."
So this fox is half snake?
It's hard to call it a fox, and it's hard to call the tail a snake. But in your perception, out of everything that you know, those are the closest approximations.
Kind of like a chimera, right?
Something like that.
Well, what do you guys think? You want to work with this guy? Try to find another guy? Go down to the courts and try to deal with them? Team meeting.
Group huddle. We are so fucked.
Aaron standing off to the side, just staring off into nothingness.
You know, it's like I don't trust really any of these people, so it's tough to make a good decision.
DM, quick question. Do those teleportatey stones that let Toki's character come in, can they carry more people out?
You're not entirely sure.
Damn. But Necro's character might know.
Probably would it.
Yeah, it's still in the testing phase, so to speak. You could try, I suppose.
Literally activate one of the stones around the floor.
Sorry, what was that? Did you say you attempted to use it?
Yeah.
To summon or to try to export yourself?
If I remember correctly, didn't the wizard open a portal the first time he summoned Toki here?
He was able to communicate with you through the stone. So from what you can tell, it's probably some sort of limited teleportation using portals. But it's not your typical portal. It's more like a window, a split-second window. But if you throw the stone down, then a blizzard suddenly kicks up around you all, and there's a bright flash. And you get the feeling there's a sudden rush of warmth, and then immediately it turns to a cold, and it's a more bitter cold than the one you were already feeling before, and you feel this sort of presence looming overhead, as if some door has just been slammed in your face. And
Oh,
if you
shit.
if you use the stone to try and summon Darius, then he feels this more than anyone, as he is brought in to the realm and then promptly feels as if a cage has been shut around the group.
Did we just alert the queen to our presence?
I start looking around, trying to see with my eagle eyes.
Perception.
I'm gonna need you to roll that.
Toki, you can either be Dio or Pegasus. Pick one.
All right, let's see. $27 on your perception. So you look around, and for all you're looking, you spot nothing. And you keep looking, and there continues to be nothing. And that's when it hits you. You see nothing, and this seems so peculiar because you realize that just moments before, there were groups of beasts, soldiers, other creatures, and figures. And now there seems to be just empty plains of snow.
Where did the people go? I look for the spire to see if we're further away from it.
It seems to be the same distance.
I point to where the people were. They're gone.
The druids are gone?
The
No,
army of Fae are gone.
Oh. Shit.
I don't like
Well,
this.
interesting. Did not expect that. Shall we?
Go ahead.
Shall we try to find something with this fox character?
What would it take to get us all out of here safely? Back to our
Yes.
realm.
Well, that's the deal you would want. We didn't catch your name.
Is the fox also gone?
Yeah, you don't see the fox where it was.
Fuck!
Okay.
And then you promptly, Fang, feel something brush against your leg, and you realize that the fox has appeared behind you, and it's the tail that's sort of brushing against you. It looks up at you and says, "Names are personal, but perhaps you can refer to me as, well, what do you have in mind?"
Did he
And
tell
doesn't
us anything, or was his name "What do you have in mind"?
I will
no,
call.
he
We
said that
could call
names
you
are
Inari.
personal. Excuse me.
Hmm?
What was that? I didn't hear it.
I said we could call him Inari. Inari.
This shall suffice. Now, and it kind of begins to walk a circle. Says, "What can you offer?"
What are you into?
Whoa.
Where's the, So, where do you all currently have the Phoenix?
What?
Is it wrapped up in one of your cloaks or
Where do we have our things?
I never took
Phoenix?
the Phoenix out of the robes, so I still assume it's still in my robes.
Yeah. So in that case, the snake-like tail on Inari kind of whirls around in the air and then actually points at you, Aaron, more specifically points toward your robes and says, "That thing seems interesting."
I mean, it's just, Elf, you got those here, right?
Oh no, he should take that off our hands. We really don't need to fuck with that anymore.
I mean, just because he broke his arm doesn't mean we should just throw him away.
I think it's better to leave it on this plane and not bring it back to ours.
Stop trying to get rid of me.
The tail kind of brushes against your cheek, Fang, as if to get your attention, and then this creature says, "The feathered one."
Did he say the feathered?
Yes.
Just one feather, that's all you want?
No, 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 no. The being that can begin our negotiation.
He wants your fucking bird.
No.
We know you're not oh wait, you are here now.
Yep.
You, Mr. Vampire, got caught into the cold. And are now stuck here with us.
Cotton what cold? Wait, what happened?
You're on the top of this mountain.
We're in the Winterfell court.
Well, good thing it doesn't affect me, but okay.
Yeah.
This is news.
Finally, your vampiric powers
Come
work
in
to your
handy for
advantage.
once. I'm dead. Cold doesn't affect me. I'm already cold.
I'm not making the joke.
I mean, so are you saying the cold doesn't bother you?
I said I wouldn't make the damn joke.
Anyway, we should. I mean, honestly, I think it's
Well,
a
now
good
hold
idea.
on a second. What? Why would you want this there if we had that there bird?
It's a fucking phoenix, man. Let's just be out with it.
Why the hell is everybody British
Well,
all of a sudden?
I'm not.
my reasoning is simple. I prefer not to negotiate on an empty stomach.
No.
Boy, he's gonna eat it.
I don't think you can eat this. I'm pretty sure it's mostly fire.
Mostly eternal fire.
I mean,
I
if
know
you
some
want
way to
something
make
to
it
eat,
deal.
I can make you a meal real quick. Why did I go British?
That's exactly what I'm asking. Why the hell is everybody going British?
Well, I have a sore throat, so I'm doing whatever I can right now.
Is that so?
Yes.
I mean, technically, he did win a cooking contest.
I mean, I could prepare a feast with the flick of my wrist.
And why would I? No offense to you, but why would I trust your cooking?
Well, in this instance, I'm offering up magical cooking, but I am. I hold out my medal unabashedly. A culinary champion.
You'll have to elaborate.
Culinary means food.
Oh, I'm well aware, but
It means
champion is
my
a
cooking
vague
was
term.
so good, that they gave me awards for it.
Thing narrows its eyes and says, Perhaps you don't understand. This court works on names, titles, ranks.
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you? If that is... Okay, hold on. No, I actually have to... I have to... He has an intelligence of 1, but he has no wisdom. I'm doing math in my brain. Fuck it. Then you should be honored... Fuck. Then you should be honored to receive a meal prepared by Fang, Lord of Winter, and he strikes a pose. And I will get ready to be turned into an icicle.
Can I shoot him now?
You see this thing grin, and it's so wide that you almost think it's going to circle around its entire head. Its lips kind of stretch unnaturally.
Why would you call yourself that? No one ever
It's
calls
on
you
my
that.
metal. It's on my medal.
While there's awkward silence, Eric just kind of lifts his finger and goes, I'm the Phoenix Slayer. And he just puts his hand back down.
Then you and I might have something in common.
No.
No.
Is he referring to him or me?
It's
I'm
Miles.
bored with this conversation. I'm walking over to Aaron and starting to feel on his missing arm.
Stop that. Stop that.
Are you getting hungry?
No. I reach in my bag because I assume I have my bag with me.
It's gonna give him a hook hand.
Yeah.
You can't eat me. Get away from me.
Kenji, was the fox snake thing referring to
It
Aaron
does
or
not
me?
elaborate,
What?
but it seemed to respond to Aaron.
Ah.
And how is that? That we are the same.
Because he wants to slay the phoenix.
Precisely.
He wants to. No, I am raising this thing.
Ah, you're morbid, don't you think?
Give
To
it up, you
kill it and
fool.
then raise it.
Well, I mean, don't turn this back on me.
Look,
I know someone
it's
who would
neither
like
here
you.
nor there.
Just because I want to raise it so no one else has to kill it, doesn't mean I'm. It's morbid.
Can Fang incite that giant shit-eating grin when he heard my title?
Go ahead.
Son of a bitch.
This thing is probably
What do
trustworthy.
you roll?
He
I
got a
rolled
2.
insight because he broke into a giant smile.
No, what did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Ha!
I
Can you
rolled
roll
a 1
insight for
and a
me?
2 today.
Yeah,
Can you
I'll
roll
roll
insight
insight for you.
so I can see if what his shit eating grin meant?
You got a 14. It just seems very amused.
Oh, that could be bad.
And when I say grin, you know the Alice in Wonderland cat?
The
Oh
literal
yeah,
Cheshire
I know
cat.
exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, technically, if he wants to eat, Phoenix, couldn't you make the feast and then he could just eat Phoenix?
I'm assuming if this thing eats the phoenix is going to stay dead.
No, I'm talking about Fang. If he wants to eat Phoenix, couldn't he just wish for Phoenix meat at the feast?
He's never
Uh,
actually used this spell. He's never used the knife to conjure this food before, so he doesn't know.
That seems illogical, though. I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how that works either.
Also, I don't think
Soon
Phoenix have meat because they kind of explode when
they
die.
turn into ash after they die.
Good seasoning.
They explode. Yeah.
So I'm assuming this thing's going to try to eat your bird whole.
Mm-hmm. That seems to be the case.
Other than the bowl, the bird. Let's say moving the bird away from the fox. Unfortunately, the
Well,
bird is not on the menu.
in that case, you Lord of Winter,
That sounded ominous.
go ahead and prepare your meal. In the meantime, it kind of whirls its snake-like tail, and a blizzard jets up around you all, and then it suddenly goes dark as you realize that the light from the outside has ceased to come in at all, and it elaborates that it's put up a veil to allow you some time to negotiate. And then it turns and says, "The majority of you reek of summer. You," points to Lawrence, "someone, perhaps long ago, perhaps not so long ago, dabbled, and you share their blood. You, Mr. Cook, well, I think it's obvious. You," points towards Soren, "you had a run-in with that old goat, didn't you?"
I just shrug my shoulders. I'm not gonna give him any indication.
And you, points toward Darius, are sufficiently neutral. I find that appealing. You, however, and finally it settles on Aaron. You hold something very interesting besides the meal.
Uh-oh.
I have an inkling of what you're talking about.
Do you?
In my head, I'm like,
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna
what
message
do we do?
you.
What do we do?
I'm just gonna
What do we
message.
do?
I'll be like, dude, you gotta
Shut
give it
the
a
hell up.
name.
Ahem.
I'm asking the
Fang,
voice in my head what we do.
Fang pulls out his book of all the food of the world that he got from that insane library, which I don't know if he's ever read yet. He pulls out the empowered knife, like scrolls through it, looking up, because it doesn't specify what food is there, so I'm gonna look through this as reference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically it's like a it's pretty
Meats
much a
and
cookbook that's
cheeses.
dedicated to just cataloging as many um, regional and national foods as possible. And so pretty much it's like it'll list a region. Some of them are gone by now, nations that are long dissolved and things. But it'll list a region and it'll just kind of flash through a bunch of recipes real quick. It won't have any extra information about them. It'll just list what's needed um, to make them, and it's sort of like I guess a cultural. It's like a collection of flashcards, sort of, for different cultural foods.
So he's gonna take a wide assortment of those, like one dish from like pretty much every nationality, which he feels would appease this creature.
Does it have zesweet in there?
Um, it has a small section.
Hey,
Yeah.
Is it possible that while using the knife's hero's feast, I could also roll to make the food taste better? Is that a thing, or is it just it's cosmetic, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Never mind.
I'll check. Yeah. It says magnificent food and drink, so I'm gonna just go. I'm just gonna basically figure that it's probably about as good as it's gonna get for whatever particular food that you happen to conjure up.
All right,
It
then.
literally gives you more hit points
Gotcha.
and cures you of any diseases or poisons. It makes you immune to poison and being frightened. This food is pretty top notch, big dog.
Yeah, it is. All right, so with the book open in hand, the dishes he has in his mind to prepare, Fang waves the knife and casts a hero's feast. If the fish will fucking let it work this time.
We could just cook the fish.
I'm honestly thinking about it if he fucks with me here.
Amphibian.
I mean, he's a frog right now, technically.
Yeah, amphibian.
But he can turn into a fish.
He can turn into a tadpole, which is still amphibian.
No, when he was in the water, when we summoned him in the water, he turned into like a stupid fish.
Yeah.
He's got a land form and a sea form.
Did you say you're summoning him? Is that what?
No, I made a jab to make sure it's like, let this fucking work.
Oh. And what precisely
it takes 10 minutes to cast, so.
Yeah. What precisely is it that you're conjuring up?
Dishes from across the land, a rack of ribs, pizza, pasta,
ice cream, winter food.
Oh, winter food.
No,
Borscht.
I'm just saying.
Stews. Mutton.
Ice cream.
Ice cream's not a winter food.
It is a winter food.
It is not. It is a summer food.
Look
People,
here, it is the most winter thing I can think of.
Only because it's cold. Why would
Exactly.
you eat cold things in the cold?
Because it doesn't matter what time of year it is. When you, for me, I'll eat ice cream
tiramisu.
anytime.
Basically, look up an episode of Food Wars. I'm making a
I'm
bunch
just
of shit
saying,
from that.
it may have never had ice cream. It might love it.
Alright, Kenji, if you're gonna make me describe the foods, give me a limit of how many I'm making, because this could
No, I'm
literally
not
be a
asking you to
10-course
describe them,
meal.
but it's just a general idea. Yeah, but you kind of mentioned it.
I said I was using the book as reference, like what should I make should I make an intelligence roll to see what I think this thing would like to eat?
Yeah, I think that would be apt. That would be.
Do I get advantage because I'm a chef?
I'd say honestly the book would probably give you advantage.
Gotcha.
You know, either that. I mean, I get you can kind of go at it from either angle. You're able to try because you're a chef, advantage because of the book, or the other way around. The other
I'm
way,
gonna give him
advantage.
inspiration too.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that's a D8.
Don't fuck it
Like
up.
basically, I start playing the viol like a harp
Ice,
or
ice,
no,
baby.
yeah, no, like just like dining music.
All right,
just like
stop.
nice.
Collaborate
the
and
real
listen.
nice.
All right, so it's intelligence.
Oh, I missed an opportunity. Can we roll back to the start of the session? I should have had this thing tell you to call it Vanilla Ice.
What? I missed that.
Oh my god! He said he should have had this thing tell us to call it Vanilla Ice.
Okay, I heard. Okay, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, the first thing this thing should have said was, "All right, stop, collaborate and listen." Oh my god!
All right, so
That's pretty good. 18.
Wow.
what's the inspiration die? Are you using?
Oh,
now?
inspiration, right. What is it, a D8 or D12?
That's a D8.
Oh, you suck.
Nice, 22.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Pumpkin
Halloween.
scream
Halloween.
in the dead of night.
Halloween, Halloween. Yeah, that's how we should have entered. We should just like landed and be like, "What's this? What's this?" There's a
The
white shit
creature
everywhere.
seems pleased with your choice of foods.
And it can feed up to 12 people, but we're not eating it because this is all to keep him happy.
Oh yeah, you see this thing kind of unnaturally stretch its jaws open loud enough that you're pretty sure it's gonna snap its skull right in half, but it devours this entire feast by itself in a matter of minutes.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's impressive.
And
Because it
turns
takes an
and
hour for 12 people to eat it.
Mm-hmm. And then it turns and says,
Doesn't it keep refilling though?
"An adequate snack."
Uh,
Um,
it does not say.
Because isn't it supposed to keep
no.
going and like?
I figured the way it works, the way I read into this, is that it takes an hour to eat, and if you haven't eaten it by the time it disappears, and there's enough there for 12 people to have, or well, I guess 13 people technically to have a full meal.
What do you mean 13 technically?
Yeah. So
Organization 13.
that's how I interpret it. But then it turns and says, "An adequate snack."
My God, this thing can eat. I like you. Vanilla Ice.
Oh, that's good. Sure we'll have a cordial relationship, you and I.
So, now that you've been fed, What would be the price of safe passage to a portal to our realm?
Well, you see, there's a complication.
It's guarded by the Lords of Winter.
It's in the stupid ice spire, isn't it?
Oh, of course not. That's ridiculous. It's in the killing field.
Oh,
Did I hear killing?
I heard Killing Field.
Well, something. More specifically, if you wish to call it by its proper name, the teeth.
Tight.
Oh,
Who
we
rules
just
there?
goes for a walk in the teeth.
Who rules there? Oh, some guy by the name of Vlad Dracula.
I mean, as long as he's got that trench coat and nice hat, I say he's a nice guy.
Oh no, not Dracula. Vlad Dracula. The Impaler.
Everybody know Dracula turned into a bat.
Can I shoot him?
Do you guys remember Billy and Mandy?
Please shoot him.
I'm not making this
Dracula
up.
don't suck. Dracula scrape and lick.
See, he knows what I'm talking about.
Well, either you can navigate yourselves, or I will agree to take you to the portal in the teeth.
I mean, what other option do we got? If we give you the Phoenix, is that good enough? No.
Hey,
No.
Honestly, take it from him. I don't care.
Well, if you were to give me that, then
Yeah, see, guys,
not.
I
it
could
kills
give
two
you
birds
something
with
even.
one stone.
I could give you
Get rid of
something
it,
even.
and we find our way home without doing dangerous shit.
I could give you something even greater than passage out of here.
and what dare I ask?
Safe audience.
With who?
I was gonna say I was gonna pull out Articuno.
Who do you wish?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that last bit.
He said, "Who do you wish?" So my impression is y'all came to see somebody over here. Did y'all see them?
We were trying to get out.
We were trapped on top of a mountain. Some druids told us that there was a portal that would get us to the bottom. And then we got trapped in the Feywild because these druids are stupid as fuck.
Oh, you dear
and like
things.
not helpful at all.
You dear things. If only the druids were the one controlling this. You see, you're thinking too small. It's not just about the court. There's no one at all that you wish to see.
You mean just like anyone throughout all history?
Okay, can I shoot him? What is that?
I'm not understanding his offer.
If there's anyone you wish to see, to speak to, I can grant you that wish. Anyone you're searching for, anyone you wish to have known, perhaps they've passed.
Oh no. That's not out of character either. That's Aaron. He just goes.
Perhaps they've yet to come into existence.
Oh my god.
So with that tidbit that you just gave me,
this is me as the player going, he's like, what the fuck?
So with the information that Kenji gave me, you hear and go, oh no. Oh no.
Oh, by this time I've attached Aaron's new arm.
He's not even paying attention. He just says aloud, "What do you mean, your mother?"
Oh,
God damn it, Kenji.
tugging on our heartstrings, bro.
So many of us have bullshit.
Oh, I
Choose
mean,
wisely.
I'm not even. Wait, what's going on? What is he saying? Choose wisely too.
Out of character, if we give him the Phoenix, he is offering to let us communicate with someone. It doesn't matter who.
He seemed to imply even a little more than communicate, in fact.
So he could just take us to someone. Kenji, you're an ass.
It's the implication.
What about those who have perished from this world?
Oh, those that are currently in existence, those that have already passed, and even, well, those who have yet to come into existence.
That's weird. My grandchildren and stuff like that. If, they exist.
Well, I could give you that information.
That's a bit too heavy. But I would definitely I have people that I would love to see.
Wait. Clarification.
It
All
literally
or one?
raises an eyebrow like a human. Excuse
Fang
me.
is asking for clarification of, is it for one chance at this, or do we all get one?
Oh no, only one, unless you would like to offer more.
Oh man, Fang's hurting. He's having a moral dilemma.
Just so I sway you to my side, you don't owe this fucking stupid bird anything.
And what exactly are you gonna do about this knowledge? We do give up the bird.
Are you asking? What are you asking?
Fang. Fuck. Yeah, Fang.
He's asking Fang what is he gonna do with the information afterwards.
From what isn't implied to the Fae, this fucker could just take us to her right now.
To who?
To his girlfriend.
To what?
From how it's being interpreted, he can just teleport us to that island.
I mean,
We
we
could just
wouldn't have a
sail to
ship,
that
but
island.
yeah.
Get us
So
out.
Aaron is
We'd be
freaking the
stuck
hell out.
there.
To be fair, we also know of a wrecked ship that's there. Oh wait, no, we blew that up. I forgot we blew that up. I forgot we went with that plan.
So yeah, Aaron is freaking the hell out while you guys are thinking about this.
Yeah, of course Fang is fucking thinking about this.
No,
This
no,
is-
you guys are having this. He's freaking out about something completely different than what you're freaking out about. Right now, he's not even paying attention to the conversation you had.
I just say we go through the teeth. I'm not really worried about any of this. Keep your bird, don't keep your bird. Just hurry up. I'm ready to. It's really cold.
You're dead. You
I
can't
thought the
feel
cold
it.
had been
I
by
will
you.
shoot you in the mouth.
I knew that was coming.
Guys, I have something really important to tell you. I gotta just stop and go, is it okay to tell them?
There's another sense of affirmation.
Cool. And in my head, I go, do you want me to tell Vanilla Ice too?
suspect it already knows.
So you know that voice I was telling you about that I made a deal with that I would talk about making a deal with later.
Yep.
Um, so that may or may not, and it's leaning heavily towards the may be the daughter of the Queen of Winter.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
why don't we try to use that as a bargaining chip? then?
Because I don't think they're on good terms.
Who's
Oh.
on what or where? So what we're saying is you need to get the hell out of here as soon as possible.
Mm. I asked the voice in my head, do I need to get out of here as soon as possible?
It wouldn't be unwise.
It wouldn't be unwise.
Well, I think the fastest way is giving up this stupid bird and let's go home.
We're not giving up the bird. I will strangle you where you stand.
With his new mechanical arm.
With this new, what the hell is this? I told you he was not paying attention.
Fang
it's,
has collapsed to his knees.
Kind of like Guts' magnet arm. It's not the most precise thing, but it works well enough for a punch-in stick.
I asked him, so if I were to put a gauntlet on that may or may not explode a regular arm, would this be able to stand up to that?
It's made out of what's that thing called? That really dense metal.
Stupid
Adamantine?
No.
Plot armor?
That would be good, but it's not.
Adamantine? Mithril?
Unobtainium?
Unobtainium, yes. It's made out of unobtainium. Because I so have unobtainium sitting at home.
God, what is this made out of?
Are you
made out of
actually asking the
Obsidian.
god?
Obsidian.
Oh, that's very fragile, isn't it?
It's obsidian and steel mixture.
Now, you know what's cool about that? It very nicely matches that spire.
That's nice and all, but I don't think I'm going to the spire.
Isn't Asenium glass? What kind of
Yep.
glass?
It is.
So it can't take a punch.
Obsidian in this particular thing is just before bedrock. Bedrock is the hardest thing on this planet.
So why don't you just make the arm out of bedrock?
Thank you, Minecraft.
Do you know how long it would take me to make the arm out of bedrock?
Yeah, this
you'd have
thing
to
is
be an
definitely not. It's
admin
not
to
like
do
an
that.
obsidian. It's not like an obsidian arm, but I mean,
Like
it's
I said,
got a frame underneath. If you hit somebody, there would probably be some shattering, but it'd probably just be glass in their face. So
Look, Aaron, I don't understand why you're so interested in keeping this bird. Why is it important to you?
Why
I
did you
don't
call
understand.
me Aaron?
Isn't that your name?
My name is spelled Aeren. What is wrong with you?
Okay, someone call heads or tails.
I call you touch this bird, I murder you all.
That's me as a person, not the
Except you,
character.
Darius. You're cool.
the clock is
And you're already dead, technically.
Someone
I am already dead.
Someone tell me heads or tails.
I'm telling you no.
I'm
the
just
light
ready to
begins to
leave
seep in.
because we have daughter of queen of a whole realm that's probably being looked for and probably going to be mistaken for kidnapped. So we need to hurry the fuck up.
Okay, I don't think they're going to be mistaken for kidnapped. You were exiled, right? Right?
Who?
I'm saying this in my head.
Fang gets up
Self exiled.
and walks over.
She ran
to
away.
Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna look like kidnapping for sure.
Oh no. You guys didn't hear any of that. Shut up.
And the light begins to seep in from where the veil
Fang is walking
breaking
towards
down.
Aaron.
Fang has got a gun in his face. Whoa there, big boy.
You just
He
whipping
has
out
a
guns
very
in front of
dead
all these
face.
like fae. Like, what are they gonna think?
Move away from my blood bag.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me. You know what this is.
You're his bitch now.
I'm
Is it
sorry.
because I have the blood of a god?
And I try to knock Aaron out.
That's
Ooh.
not gonna happen.
Oh boy.
What do I roll to attempt to knock out?
You're gonna knock me out. Full health and barbarian constitution. You think you're gonna knock me out, son? Come on.
Yeah, I don't think a roll is going to suffice for that.
But I can do this.
What is happening?
Okay.
Which trick shot are you using?
Let's go with bullying.
Trying to intimidate Fang.
Yes.
I get okay. I'll let Fang go first because he called it. So I guess Fang, it would be an attack roll.
So it would be with my sword?
Whatever you'd be using to try to knock Aaron out, I guess.
Alright, sure.
It doesn't even hit me, son.
Alright, so I have to make a what?
17 charisma saving throw.
Ouch.
Ooh. How's your charisma, fuckface?
Nope.
Sit down.
So
In
the
your
veil
head,
begins
all you
to,
hear is traitor.
Traitor.
the veil begins to break down, and this bullying shot goes off, and you all are suddenly very aware of the fact that this dead silence was just broken by this loud shot, and you are very visible on top of a spire.
You are all fucking stupid. Why did you just do that?
He
It is
attacked
time to
me.
go.
What do you mean? I'm
It is
fucking
time to
stupid.
go. It is time to go.
How would you like to proceed then?
There was something about teeth. There was definitely something about teeth.
All right, fuck it. I'm not scared of this stupid ass place.
You still wish for me to guide you then?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
As long as it doesn't involve my bird, sure.
Okay, so it doesn't
And I-
say exactly what has happened to me.
You've been frightened, is what it is. You've been intimidated, basically.
Oh,
And
fucking, I
I-
should have raged.
I stressed the word "my bird."
Custody battle.
I cussed him about my ass. He just tried to betray me and the bird. Screw him. Aaron will remember that.
You're my brother, Aaron.
You are my brother, Aaron. I loved you.
I hate you.
Liar.
I have the high ground.
From my point of view, the Phoenix is evil.
The Phoenix is just sitting over there. It's got its feathers and just tapping them together. It's all going according to plan.
Fang points at the Phoenix. You brought him here to kill me.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Inari begins to rush bound through the snow.
Wait, Vanilla Ice.
Wait, Vanilla Ice.
Wait for me on the outside, Vanilla Ice.
And
Okay. So-
who's running after it first? I guess what's
Aaron,
the
because I'm the
lineup?
fastest.
Okay, Aaron. Um, so I guess just a established nice.
I hope that was a cup of water and not you pissing.
No, it's a jar of water.
Okay,
That was me pissing.
so let's
I'd be in
establish a
trouble.
quick
I'd be
line
worried.
here. Aaron first, and who's behind Aaron?
I'll go
I'm
after.
definitely behind Aaron. It's my
Yeah.
blood bag.
All right.
Blood bag, come back! No.
Okay, and
Vanilla
then
Ice, blood bag.
I'll be
Echo and
behind
Darius.
the captain then. Yeah,
Okay.
Darius.
All right, and Lawrence and Fang, where are you all? Which
I'll
one
be
of
in
you's
the very
last?
end.
Okay. Okay, so
Is Holofarin with us? Are the druids still there?
yeah, they're with you. He has nothing to do with this. He's
He's the only
Yeah,
person like I feel like I can relate to in this.
All I'm saying is, I feel like this is all Holofarin's plan. He's like, yes, I'm making them turn on themselves because of a bird.
Honestly, Holofarin.
Honestly, I give two shits about the bird. I'm more worried about eating later, so
yeah, Holofarn's master plan. Finally, I will turn them against each other, and then the treasure artifact will be mine.
Look, you
Aaron's
act like that's
heirloom.
not the plot. You act like that wasn't the end plot of Avengers Civil War. Come on. Even Captain America Civil War.
Holofarn is going to turn you all against each other so that he can get the participation medal that Aaron got whenever he showed up for being in the weightlifting contest. But
A medal I
speaking
would
of
have won if it
Aaron,
wasn't teamed up with
Aaron,
that useless.
Fang, and
Yes.
Lawrence, I'm going to need dexterity saving throws. I gotta need to roll yours,
who,
Aaron.
what, when, where, how, and why?
What? No, I can roll mine, but why am I rolling it? My perception is 20,000.
Does danger sense come into play?
It does, as you all see, seemingly made out of obsidian. These things kind of materialize out of thin air. These giant, what look like bolts from something the size of a siege weapon come flying towards you as you bound
Oh
down
no,
these
we're being
cliffs.
attacked. I go in my head. I ask. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't think she wants me giving her name of it. But I go, are they attacking us
no.
because of you?
So, guys, it was Lawrence and Fang who had to make the saves, not everyone.
And
Lawrence,
Aaron.
Fang, and
Oh,
Aaron,
not
yeah.
everybody.
No,
Yeah, Aaron Lawrence.
that's why I asked which order you guys were in because I rolled d5s to see who got hit.
I didn't hear who had to roll, so I just rolled for the hell of it.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
I'm
me,
glad I got
Lawrence,
rid
and
of that
Fang.
nat one.
It's just Lawrence and Fang.
Oh, cool.
people
Yeah,
at the
because you're
back
in
of the
front of
line.
me, and behind you, fucking the fancy British guy is behind me.
I'm in
Then
the
it's
middle.
the medic, and then it's Fang.
That's smart.
Because-
Keep that traitor as far away from me as you can.
I
All
mean,
right,
he
so
does have to be like 30 feet away from me because he's frightened of me. I don't know how long that lasts, though.
Lawrence, you think? Yeah, I'll have to look up the Boolean shot, but it should be over by now anyway.
Traitor.
Lawrence, you take 15 piercing damage and 2 cold damage. The two of you that made that save will take half.
Did we
As
get a
these-
short rest while we were just like chilling, talking?
No.
Or no?
No, because he ate the
Unfortunately
feast
not.
in like 20, like 2 seconds.
We didn't.
But
take
how
a-
long have y'all been standing there negotiating with this dude?
5
Like-
minutes.
Was
No, because it
Lawrence?
takes 10 minutes to summon the thing.
So 15 minutes.
Kinda, yeah, something like that.
We took a rest after we fought the hags.
No.
Oh,
So
Uh,
I'm literally the only person at
can,
full
can
health
we
right
short
now.
rest before
I'm
getting
fine.
into the fucking fight? Jesus. Whatever.
yeah, you'll have to find a safe place. And you all hear sort of a click in the distance, as if whatever fire to use is being loaded again.
I'm
And-
1/3 on my health right now.
Nice.
Okay.
Just yelling some bullshit.
I pull out my big gun and just start firing blindly back at whatever's firing at us.
How
Yeah,
about we
roll
don't do
me-
that?
Roll
I'm,
me
bo-
an attack with disadvantage then.
I'm bonus actioning getting my sword ready.
Okay.
Because fuck whoever that is. Nobody else shoots me.
Roll damage. You hear a cry of pain as you fire blindly into the snow, and you see someone appear out of thin air as you've hit them, and you see them fall into the snow.
Dickbag. Stop shooting my food.
First off, I'm not your food. Second of all,
I wasn't
I'm
talking
fine.
about you. They shot
Oh.
Lawrence.
Oh,
Since when am I your food?
Since whenever you made me those blood vials, I assumed they were your blood.
You know what? I feel like if anyone
So I'm
had
gonna
access to
hand
weird
Lawrence
places
one of
to
his
get
own
blood, it would be
healing
Lawrence.
potions.
I got mine.
yeah. Lauren, we're all sleeping. Lawrence is just taking blood from us while we sleep.
Like, why do we feel so woozy?
Oh, I'm gonna take a healing potion now too, because I
Alright.
do not want to.
Are they shooting us because of you, lady? Or
Presumably.
oh,
And Inari suddenly kind of screeches to a halt and flicks its tail, and you see a sheet of ice rise from the ground and solidify into a wall. And about that time, you hear 3 thuds of impact, and you see the tip of another one of these obsidian bolts come crash through the wall of ice. And it says, "Left. Turn left. Run." And immediately to your left is a ledge.
there's a ledge.
Ooh.
I know what
I
I said.
push Aaron over it. You're a monk.
No.
You have free feather fall.
Aaron, you plummet to you get ready to plummet to your death and step
You fucking
onto
bastard.
a threshold that seems to be flush with the ledge.
Ah,
Feels like solid ground.
Oh. I start running.
Yep.
I guess I follow these idiots.
You know, for someone who does nothing, you sure do bitch a lot.
Oh my god, I do everything. What are you talking about? I do all the. I'm the voice. I do all the talking.
Yeah, the voice of bitchiness. That's usually
I-
my job.
Getting
I
shit
do
done.
have a very hard time talking to stupid people. I just want to shoot them. But, you know, it's better when the British guy talks to them.
This is true. So Inari rushes forward.
I love that
and
that's just what we're
everywhere.
calling him now.
Yeah, everywhere that he steps, ice kind of forms out from under his paws, if you can call them paws, and sort of illuminates this invisible bridge. And it winds down and down deeper into a mist. And
Quick, everybody, get out your ghost so you can see the invisible platform.
oh boy, yeah. Welcome to the King's Fall jumping puzzle. But
Get your prism stones.
oh god. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Do you remember the crystal caves in the first game?
Yeah, that's
Yep,
what I'm afraid
so-
this is.
You'll keep running, and feels like you're running forever. It has to be at least 5 or 10 minutes, and you're winding deeper and deeper into sort of this snowy mist. And eventually, Inari bounds a corner, and you hear it screech to a halt. Its nails kind of scratch along ice in this horrible chalkboard noise.
Are you telling me this freaking thing is drifting?
Basically, yeah, Tokyo drifts around. Inertia drifts around the corner, and it yells out. It kind of
Deja Vu
hisses for
starts
everyone
playing.
to stop.
Stop!
Deja Vu.
Fly, you
I just-
fools!
Place.
And please, everyone, give me dexterity saves.
Ah, beans.
Does danger sense count?
No.
While
I'd
we
say.
were running, I cast Death Ward on myself.
Yeah, you would have had plenty of time.
I come sliding to a halt in the prone position, ready to shoot anything that's following us.
You just come
Yeah,
sliding around with your
I'm
rifle
using
already
my
set up
new
on a
glass
bipod.
arm to scrape into the ice to drift
Well, like
around the
riding,
corner.
sliding around a corner in Metal Gear.
Yep, with my freaking new obsidian arm.
Okay, Fang
It's
and
still
Soren.
in glass.
Fang and Soren, you begin sliding on ice, and you go toward an edge. You begin to kind of tumble over the edge. The rest of
Good
you are able to
riddance.
make complete stops.
Good fucking riddance.
I use the hooks in the bipod of my rifle, and I tie a rope, the rope that's tied around to the edge, and I throw it over to the two people falling.
I grab Fang's hand and start lifting it from the ledge. Long live the king.
All right, so you're throwing him a rope.
Yeah, my rifle has a grappling hook installed in it.
Okay,
And I can like
yeah,
mage hand if I'm not exactly like making it,
10
if I'm a
pounds.
little
I guess.
too far.
Yeah,
but it's enough to just like
I think
grip
he's
something
mage
real
handing
quick.
the rope so he can grab it.
So
Yeah, getting it closer to me.
Fang and Soren, you can either your choice of athletics or sleight of hand. Try to grab on him.
Oh, athletics or sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Shit.
Now you know I'm gonna use this arm like freaking Prince of Persia to like slam it into the wall and just start scraping down.
Fang, it's not the most elegant thing ever, but you kind of clumsily hang on by grabbing hard to the ledge, and then you're able to grab onto the rope and begin to pull yourself up. Soren, you go to grab the rope, and your hand sort of slips, and you begin to slip farther down.
How far? Like how
Can
far
I
are we
use
talking?
my reaction to grab him?
And it's not necessarily action economy, so yeah, you could attempt to grab him. It would be athletics.
I was gonna say I was gonna kick him in the face and teleport him back up.
Teleport him.
Shoryuken! Poof!
Okay, yeah, you're able to grab onto him. Now it'll be athletics with disadvantage as you're helping Soren up to try to climb. Though I suppose it could be offset by the fact that Darius is helping if he wants to risk himself by trying to use himself as an anchor to pull you up.
My rifle is the anchor. I stabbed it into the ice.
Oh, right, okay. In that case,
So are you willing
it'll
to
just be a
lose your
straight roll.
rifle?
Yeah, are you?
I have replacement parts in my bag.
But I'm proposed to lose the whole rifle.
Yeah, I have a whole replacement rifle in my bag. What do you think I've been doing while you guys have been here?
It begins to
Being
pull
a
out from the
vampire?
ice where it stabbed into the ground.
Oh shit!
For the love of fuck, I grab it.
Okay. You all are able to, having it braced, you're able to climb back up and barely get over the ice, and it sort of cracks in places that make it seem like it's about to collapse, but it holds sturdy. And you notice that where the ice is cracked, it quickly reforms. And
Nice.
you hear a whistling noise, like a whistling wind. And you realize that looking at it, you can't really tell what's right side up. And when you look out, you do not see snow and plains anymore. You see this.
Oh look, teeth.
Oh, I'm assuming this is the teeth.
That's correct.
Cool.
Fun.
So what's so bad about the teeth?
I don't know.
Not asking you. I'm asking the person who lives here.
About that time, you see one of these spires of jagged crystal begin to move. And
Oh,
Oh,
are they actually teeth? That's fucking wild.
you see what looks like some sort of large snake-like creatures slither through the mist.
Oh, oh, great.
I look at Vanilla Ice. What was that?
I believe that was a tongue.
I'm sorry. What? You weren't joking. These are actual teeth. I thought it was a fancy name.
Sometimes we're literal.
Oh my god.
What is this creature?
That is a question that takes some time to answer.
Nope, I'd rather
Vanilla
move.
Ice,
Let's move.
Vanilla Ice, you're killing me. This is information we could have used earlier.
You didn't ask.
You, but that's not. Oh, Faye.
I'm setting up a firebomb tripwire right here at this corner.
All right.
Why are you doing that?
Because fuck whoever's following us.
Well, okay, that's fair. But what if it's the Queen of Winter that's following us?
Well, as long as we make it out of here before we catch her, I could give two shits.
That's fair. Let's move.
So the path is now visible, and you can see sort of a narrow passage that clings onto some of these jagged crystals going around the side.
Meanwhile, in my head, I ask, when were you going to tell me you ran away from home?
You didn't ask.
Faye.
Hey! That's something you should tell someone when they come to your home.
Well, if you'd like to have the conversation now, we could find some place to sit.
I'm in the middle of running from my life. From your
I
mother's
suggest you
people.
continue.
Yeah, I say. The lady suggests that we keep running.
Oh, she does she?
Yes.
I have no objections.
Just wanted to be snarky about it.
And are you all following the path there?
I'm following Inari. He hasn't. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
he
assuming.
just
I'm assuming he's
leaps.
powerful, and he's not. And he isn't lying to us like a
Thing just
powerful Fae can't.
yeah, it's not like if he says this is the way, then it's the way, and you in fact see him leap, not jump from stone to stone. He straight leaps like half the chasm and lands on the end of that passage there that turns the corner.
How
Okay,
big is
I
this
know I'm a
chasm?
vampire lord and all, but I can't do that.
How big is the chasm?
Oh, you can make it down, but it'll just take some time because you have to hop from place to place and follow it all the way. Just kind of skipped half the trail.
All right. How much rope do I have?
The standard measurement for rope is 50 feet.
And how far down is that?
From where you're standing, probably between 50 and 100 feet. That little platform, if that's what you're talking about.
Okay. Anybody else got any rope?
I have. Let me check my inventory. Does the Phoenix Slayer have rope?
I have rope.
I take
Yeah, I've
his
got
rope.
rope too.
I take both of their ropes and I set up a rappel line and I jump down. Once I get to the end of my rope, I set a piton because I'm a assassin, and I do another rappel line, and I rappel the rest of the way down. And
Oh,
far
fuck
down
my
is
rope.
it?
Actually, JK, I do not have rope. Never mind.
Every
How far
bag
down
comes
is it?
with a thing of rope, doesn't it?
Nope, not a
No,
diplomat's
dude.
pack.
Fang
Oh, you
throws you
suck.
50 feet of rope.
Okay, so
Kenshi,
you
how
have
far
enough
down
rope.
is this?
It's close to
You're a
100
monk.
feet.
You have feather fall.
That's what I'm asking a question. Shut up.
It's close to 100 feet.
Cool. I jump down and start feather falling, and when it stops working, I slam my hand into it and just start Prince of Persia screen clawing down this wall.
Make me an acrobatics with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because you are trying to slide your way down a straight sheer wall to land.
No, have you not played Prince of Persia? Sands of
This is not
Time.
Prince of Persia. This is not a democracy.
But you do have Featherfall, no?
Boom,
Oh,
boom.
shit.
Nice. You land so hard, in fact, that you level up now. Congratulations, you got double nat 20s. You land beautifully. And you now have very sharp middle fingers.
So I just look at Lawrence like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Go down the
I'll
rappel
catch
rope.
you.
All right, I'll head down the rope.
That was smart. I'll catch you. Just walk away.
Holofarn kind of, just before you do that, he says, might I be of assistance?
No.
Please.
Sure.
He pats you each on the shoulder and one at a time, waiting for the other to go down, casts fly on you.
I just do like fucking crazy like DBZ fly moves all around Aaron showing off.
I'm already at the bottom, sir. Screw you.
I'm doing like flips and shit, barrel rolls.
And I believe that's all his slots for that, so
Yeah,
he's
that's
gonna
what
go
I'm
down the
doing.
old-fashioned way.
Just claws in the wall, sliding down.
And about the time you all reach that platform, you hear an explosion and see a stream of fire.
Oh, good job. Apparently they were coming after us. I pat him on the shoulder with a now sharpened claw arm.
Once all the druids and everyone's down, Fang's gonna cut the rope behind us.
I'm pretty sure you just cut my rope for no reason. They're going to be able to get down without it.
Fang is not talking to anyone.
Good. I mean,
He's no longer
good.
in
He's a
speaking
traitor.
terms.
He's a traitor to the cause.
Fang
Let's
keeps
go.
moving.
You see behind you as you go to turn a group of tall figures in black armor are chasing after you, and they point and call out. But by the time they do, you're able to get around the corner, unless for whatever reason you would like to not go around the corner. They seem to have been
No, running
delayed
sounds
by
like a smart
Darius's
move.
firebomb.
I mean, if there's time, I shoot another one.
Oh my god,
Okay.
stop
Make an
stop
attack.
getting us on bad terms with the Winter Court.
I actually don't know who these people are, so
Darius, stop getting us on bad terms with the Winter Court.
where'd you get a minigun from? You dick.
What?
Oh, I'm playing Spec Ops, and my dude that I just revived has a minigun. I'm just like,
I was gonna say,
why?
I thought you were looking at your inventory. I was like, yeah, I don't think I approve of
I
that
was like,
one.
that does not seem D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a minigun, but it only does like a D4 of damage, like magic missile.
I mean, if you wanted, you could make one of those stationary Gatling guns where you hand crank it.
Okay, yeah, you promptly take somebody's head off.
Jesus
Where do you get the
Christ.
+4 from?
I have on bracers, and my fighting style is archery.
Bracers don't give you plus to hit; it gives you plus to damage.
Oh, really?
I think so. Bracers of archery.
That's not what it did when I pulled it up. Hey,
Well, it's wrong.
Let's double check.
because I just pulled them from the
Damage rolls. Yeah, it is damage rolls in the companion. Huh.
huh.
You're right.
Why
It's
did you give
damage
it-
and attacks.
No, it
both.
says damage on ranged attacks.
Oh. I thought that said and.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what
it
I'm
did
talking
too.
about when Fang, shut up.
Okay, you need to leave your character in the game.
But that still severely hits. Yeah,
I'm just messing with you.
that's still a 22. So yeah, you promptly take somebody's head off.
No, why did you kill someone? What is wrong with you?
I'm a vampire. They're shooting at us. I'm shooting back.
You also kill
Totally.
people like all the time.
I'm
Yes,
also
not in the
totally.
winter court.
I am totally dignified in what I'm doing.
And you
Calm
hear
down.
yelling, and I don't know if any of you speak Sylvan, but
I do.
okay, you hear him yell. You hear him
Oh,
yell
I
and
don't.
say, "Oh,
I speak Elvish. This is the one character that doesn't like automatically come loaded with Sylvan, and I can't get rid of it. This bullshit. The one time it would have came in use.
yeah." You hear shouting in what you presume to be Sylvan.
I'm pretty sure they're saying, "Run, or we're going to catch you."
I was already running. I don't know why you stopped to talk.
They excluded the first part.
Oh,
The voice in your head says.
wait. So they said we're going to catch you?
They said more than that, but we'll not get into the details.
Okay. Did they say anything about the captured daughter of
They said
any of
something
that?
about freezing and rethawing.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
And you're able to run through the spars.
I'm going to ask Vanilla Ice for running. Why are you helping us?
It looks back and says, "Well, you did feed me, and I've been waiting for something fun. Frankly, I'm hoping that you all will take this as an opportunity to perhaps strike a few more deals, but if not..."
You can't have my bird. Once
Hmm.
again, stressing the my bird part.
I've put my foot in the door. And you see that snake-like figure in the mist again. And the spires around you begin to shift. And I'll need some strength saves as a strong wind comes from deep within where the crystals are and threatens to push you down.
You need what kind of save?
Strength, as
Oh,
whatever this thing is breathes on you all.
no.
Soren, you're knocked
Put that one
prone.
to me, brother. High shoulder.
Darius,
Oh,
you are
there goes
also
Darius.
knocked prone. Lawrence, you are knocked very prone.
In fact, it takes all your movement to stand up.
And let's see. Okay, Darius, it's a 17 hit you.
No.
Okay, so three look like three crossbow bolts come flying toward Darius and Lawrence, but they all miss.
Jesus Christ, they're fast.
They're really starting to piss me off.
Well, they want to freeze and unfreeze you, so, you know.
They're gonna make me get out Big Bertha.
How about we just keep running?
I can fire Big Bertha on the run.
What are we doing? What is the point
Running.
of all this? Where are we going?
I don't know. Ask Vanilla Ice.
I'm asking Ice. That's what I'm saying. Where are we going?
Well, I did promise I would lead you through the teeth. There's a portal.
And you sure it gets us home?
Oh,
I'm sure it'll get you to home. What is your definition of home?
I was
Our
gonna say that's
material
technically not a
plane.
lie.
Oh my god, our material plane.
How does he know what our material plane is? We could
I
come
never
from somewhere
promised
else.
I knew where it would lead.
I mean, away
It's
from here is
fine.
a start.
Go.
Yes.
Away from here it is. And
Aren't you supposed
you
to be like really
screech.
powerful? Can't you
You
control where
screech
it
around.
goes?
You screech around another corner and it says, "Even power has limits." And you see, kind of with the snake-like creature coiling around it, a swirling mass in the mist. And Inari points with its tail and says, "There."
So, um, I'm sorry. Are you pointing towards the swirling, the thing, the snake-like thing is curled around?
I am.
Why?
You ask for a portal.
Oh,
Insight check.
Go ahead.
he can't lie to us, man.
This is sketchy as fuck, though. Oh, that was
It's
the wrong
the
button.
Feywild. Of course, it's sketchy.
That was the wrong one.
Can we just? Is there space to like run? I'm flying, by the way.
It's
So
like a
is
couple
there
hundred
space
feet
to like
down. You
fly
literally jump.
down there?
Yeah. It's a couple hundred feet down.
I'm saying, like,
essentially a sheer
is
drop.
there a possibility to get access to the portal without, like, just going straight into it, like, from flying down straight into it without even fucking with this creature?
Oh, so you're trying to
Oh
abandon
yeah,
your
yeah.
party?
It's not like
That's
trying to guard it.
Yeah, I don't
It's
care
just,
about you guys.
yeah, it's not necessarily guarding it, but it's just kind of framing it.
I'm just curious, actually. I meant to see if it's possible to do that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could just jump and get to where it is. It doesn't seem to be guarding it. It's just framing it like a
Okay,
ring.
good to know.
All right. Geronimo, niggas.
I don't understand what Amiga is.
I'll explain later. Just jump, dickhead.
No, see that one's familiar to me.
And sorry, what was your insight? Or Fang? I didn't see it.
14.
Oh, yeah. From what you can tell, I mean, there's more to it. But if you press, Inari explains that, well, this creature has to eat, and it can't very well keep its stomach on the material plane. So
Oh, it's on both sides?
the implication is that its mouth is a portal.
Fuck off.
Oh,
We're gonna get teleported into a
what?
snake's gut.
And are you trying to get something to eat us because we wouldn't give you the bird?
I think we're already on the eaten side.
Ah,
We've
we're
been
already in
in
its stomach.
We've been in the mouth for a while.
Oh, that was
Oh.
the teeth. Yeah, okay,
Is
got it.
that it? Are you trying to tell me that it's butthole?
It laughs.
This is Empire Strikes Back. This is what's happening. Okay, so I'm flying down into it, and I guess
Okay.
Lawrence can fly. Does anyone need help?
I
gonna-
just jumped.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Anar if he
Well,
wants to
only
come with
one of
us.
you can be flying right now because Holofarin can only concentrate on one. He waited for the first person to get down and then cast it again on the second.
Oh, oh, shit.
Well,
Well,
Anar if he wants to come with us.
flip a coin. Which one it was? I don't remember.
Okay, sure. We'll say one is you and then two is Lawrence.
I mean, last time we tried to flip a
Okay,
coin.
Lawrence, you
I
can
mean,
fly.
what level did he cast it at?
Because couldn't he have done it for multiple people?
Oh, can
Okay.
he? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I think the
fly.
higher level, the more people it gets.
Is it so? Okay, you're right, actually. So, let me see. Let me make sure. Double check his spell slots. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, you can both fly then. I did not realize that was the effect of fly.
Hell yeah, buddy. So we're just cruising.
So does Nari want to come with us?
Oh, yeah. And Ari's going to jump.
Cool.
Wait, what about all of our druid people.
They
Fuck
are.
'em?
If you go, they go. I mean,
Yeah.
Can,
I kind of
can
just
I
jumped
see the
off the
portal?
side of the cliff. I don't care about them.
yeah, you can see it.
Is the portal looking like? Can I investigate the portal before I jump in it
Okay, go ahead.
to make sure this portal's going where I think it's going, or where I hope it's going?
I'll aid you.
For science.
Yep. I aided. I'll help.
It looks like a very dark place.
Uh, well,
It looks entirely black, actually.
racist. I'll go. I'll turn and face like I'm about to walk in, and just kind of just like moonsault off and just float on in.
All right, anybody not jumping?
Can I ask him what do you know about this place?
Ask who?
The fox.
Well, it's away from here, that's for certain.
That's fair.
I guess that's true. And I just dive in.
You all suddenly come to in a very dark place. And it takes a moment
It's
for your eyes
dark.
to focus. You all kind of feel queasy after that. And you realize that you're inside. And if you look at the walls a bit closer, they seem to be made of an obsidian-like substance.
Fuck this rat.
Inari turns and, with narrow eyes, says, I did promise there would be a way.
So now we're at the Queen's Palace.
We're in the palace, aren't we? Oh, that's why you were so willing to help.
It smiles.
Fang roars.
Shut the fuck up.
That was to hit the fox.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm telling you to shut the fuck up.
I
You're
didn't see it
attacking
roll.
the fox now? We still need him.
Why are you yelling in the situation we are in?
I didn't
I'm
see
a
it roll.
barbarian. Shut the
Fang.
fuck up. Let me go.
So
For some
am
reason,
I.
I can't see your rolls.
18.
Neither can I.
Okay, that hits.
I believe he's lying. Are you talking to yourself, man?
Ignore the fire damage. It was 12 slashing.
I can't see
We
any of your
can't see
rolls,
the
man.
damage. Are you talking to yourself?
No, literally
I
none of
just
your
disconnected.
rolls. Yeah,
Nice.
none of your rolls are going through.
I'm refreshing.
And be like, you're kind of a dick.
I'm well aware.
But why? Why betray us? And what could you possibly gain from this?
Okay, so you said I hit, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna roll to hit so I can do the damage.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is the second person he's attacked out of nowhere, out of the blue today. He needs to be put down.
11 slashing, no fire.
Okay. The sword bites into Anari, and there's a spray of this bluish blood. And nice, get a 1. You take 1 cold damage. As Inari turns to face you and snarls and says, "That was unwise."
It really was.
The fuck?
About the second most unwise thing he's done today.
What did you
Then
just
shall we-
type, Kenji?
Oh,
He
accidentally.
typed a
I
plus
must
and a
have.
minus.
Yeah, I
I
must
thought it
have.
was Japanese for a second, and I just hadn't scrolled down all the way.
No, I accidentally hit the end of my keyboard is what that was. But you see Fox begin to, or I guess if you could call it that, begin to shed its skin.
Oh, please tell me this isn't one of the Queen of Winter that you just attacked. That would suck.
And rather than being the fox-like creature, its skin turns into a sort of pelt, sort of like a scarf or a coat,
Son of a bitch.
in the form of a very sharp-featured woman.
I'm running.
rises.
Just nope.
We're effectively in a locked room with no way out. We
Just, just, just nope.
Fang is beyond royally pissed right now.
Is this thing? Does it look like royalty, or does it look like a noble type of creature?
Yeah, it looks like a very very strange-looking Eladrin draped in a lot of, and not necessarily jewelry, but a lot of different glass and crystal sort of we'll say decor. Aaron, this strikes you as very similar to the figure you saw, strikingly similar, in fact, in your dream.
Yeah, I kind of go. I say the voice in my head. I'm assuming your mother.
Ah, dear sister, in fact.
Oh, please tell me you get along with her.
Sometimes.
Oh, this is just not my day. That part was out loud. He just sighs out loud and goes, "This is not my day."
You didn't tell us about the thing in your head, right?
I did.
You did.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mentioned it was an escaped queen and all that, or
I
princess?
told you that she may or may not have
Be the
left.
daughter.
Yeah, I told you it was the daughter, and that she may or may not be on good terms with her mother.
Okay. I'm gonna kneel to this, or not kneel, bow to this person. I apologize for my associates' behaviors. They are slightly out of sorts
I'm
in this
sorry,
area.
associates. There's only one person who attacked her. You freaking sellout.
She seems, she kind of, she has a, I mean, forgive the expression, but she has a very cold look on her face. And she seems pretty neutral, but she eventually narrows her eyes and says, "Well, thank you for the etiquette."
You can see how running around such an unfamiliar place gets a little bit confusing on one psyche, and
Yeah,
can lose ourselves a bit.
cause people to attack their own teammates. Imagine that.
Make people think birds are more important than the political things that are happening back at home.
I mean, it's
We
more
really,
important than you. I can tell you
we
that right
really
now.
need to get back there. So, if there's anything we can do to help, we really need to get back home.
Well, I would very much like to talk to my relative there.
Hey, maybe you want to talk to your sister?
Not in this location.
She says not in this location. I don't know if that means this tower or, the Feywild.
Yes, I mean, speak to your sibling. That
This is
is
not for
your
you to decide. Shut up.
right as a family member. I understand.
This is literally not your right to decide.
Do with my friend whatever you need to do. Talk through him as a conduit. Extract his mind. Whatever you need to do.
Fang is igniting his sword and keeping an eye on this bitch.
Calm down. We do
Her
not
cold,
need
her
to engage.
cold expression turns to her neutral
Yeah.
expression turns to an unhappy one when she sees the fire.
Yeah, I'm still. You're pushing it, but I'm still in control.
I don't know why you're all so keen on talking with this. It's already proven it's a liar.
Technically, it didn't lie. The Fae don't lie.
He's right.
They
We
don't tell the
asked to go
complete
to
truths.
our home.
She did specify that she didn't know where this portal went.
And
She did say it would take us somewhere that
yeah.
wasn't, covered. That wasn't the teeth. So she technically didn't lie again. Omitted a truth, yes, but they don't lie. We just didn't ask the right questions.
Well, there's a method to my madness if you would only listen.
No.
Please go on.
Thank you. You see, my sister made herself scarce some time ago, and for very foolish reasons, I might add, but that's only my opinion. And I would very much like to bring her back into the fold, but dear mother has become quite unreasonable as of late, and so, frankly, think she perhaps could use a bit of a retirement.
So you want us to kill somebody?
Of course
Great.
not. Of course not. But she needs to see reason and, well, perhaps two of her daughters could convince her more easily than one. Of course, I don't ask this freely. I do have something to offer you. You all are embroiled in a political struggle of your own, I gather.
Yeah, more or less.
A little
I'm more
bit.
intrigued in this conversation now.
And as I take it, your liege, or perhaps ex-liege now, has become beholden to something else. His mind is not his own.
Is it the crown? I don't know that. Never mind. I just go, what's your sister's name?
Oh, you mean... Oh, who are you asking me?
I'm asking. Ah, both of them.
Inara replies with... they both reply with the same thing, and they just say that they'd better not give out each other's names.
Oh,
But
what? So you
Inari
can't
kind of
give us your
looks
name?
on each other's names.
Oh,
Tell me, your king, is that it? He's been acting strangely.
I look at the other because I don't know.
Yes. We believe he's maybe in over his head in some dark magic, trying to summon things from beyond this plane and control elementals
I
and things of that
mean,
nature. There's a huge cult and all that jazz.
out of character,
Um,
y'all did give him the freaking psychopath crown.
In their defense, they didn't know it was a psychopath crown.
We saw the psychopath lift up from it.
Don't worry about it. Inari raises one hand and she kind of crooks a finger and beckons you forward.
Who?
Uh, just kind of everyone, but I guess Soren is closest, so she first looks at him.
Fang makes sure he's in between the two of them, still with his sword alight.
Oh my god.
She says, I would much prefer to be civil, but please don't make me shatter that weapon.
Maybe for now, Fang, it's okay to put it away.
Yes, you're making a scene.
Besides, Mother will see that flame.
Put the flame out. I don't feel like dealing with her mother. She sounds like a not nice person.
Fang begrudgingly extinguishes the flame but keeps the sword up.
Her face, her expression returns to a neutral one, and then she kind of, Soren, how close are you?
To her?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all walking together now, like walking distance. I
Nope.
don't know. Are we walking towards wherever she's taking us, leading us to?
She's just asking, she beckoned for someone to step forward over to her.
Oh, whatever. I'm 10 feet away, 5 feet away, whatever.
Okay, then
10
she'll
feet away.
kind of lean over and whisper to you, Soren, and say,
Ooh, seductive.
I believe I know the source of your king's badness, and subsequently
Yes.
the way to put an end to it.
Mad?
How could you possibly know that?
Well, it's come to my attention that it's very likely he's been seduced by another.
Is it a power that comes from the Feywild?
She kind of, the smile doesn't touch her eyes, but her lips kind of curl into a slight smile for just a second, and she gives
Oh,
you a
that's
look that
familiar.
sort of signals that perhaps this is something better not said aloud.
Oh, I've seen that look.
Okay. Well, shall we go meet Mummy?
No.
Oh, that would be an interesting situation, I have to admit, but perhaps best saved for later.
Well, then what do we need to accomplish right now?
Well, you have some plan of your own for your political turmoil, I take it.
I blink at her.
I mean, we got machinations of our own, but, why would you be concerned with such trivial matters?
I believe this enchanter has been working in tandem with some vermin from your plane. And it would frankly be an inelegant overreaching of my boundaries if I were to move against them myself.
So you do want us to kill someone?
I'm only trying to say that I would very much appreciate it if these elementalists were to be convinced to stop their meddling in planes that aren't their own.
I mean,
You
I think
mean-
we have the same goal.
You mean the ones
That's-
that summoned Tempest and Leviathan and this little guy?
The ones that seek to twist that old storm of yours. And she nods at you, Aaron.
No. That's fine.
Of course, your king's forces are a bit of a thorn in your side, but I trust you're competent enough to avoid them while you work against these elementalists, assuming that you continue with the plans you made already.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we're trying to do. Yeah, that's pretty much our goal.
In that case, continue to be competent and be very careful with whom you align. My sister there will, assuming you continue to harbor her, act as a sort of emissary. And once these meddling mages have been dealt with, we'll reconvene, and I believe then we can put an end to this madness. You'll have something to gain, I'll have something to gain, and this imbalance will be solved.
So you're letting us leave?
I will, in fact, open the door for you on your way out. But I'm sure you'll understand that I can only do that if you agree. Otherwise, you'll have to navigate on your own.
That sounds pretty sound. I mean, we're already in line with that
What's
plan.
with the 3 pluses?
Oh, I've done it again. I'm leaning my arm on my keyboard, that's why. But yeah,
Well, we were planning on taking them out anyway, so
she
I
nods with
agree.
a smile and another smile that doesn't grace her eyes whatsoever. And then she says, "My offer still stands, by the way." It's no trouble at all to reach through and fetch someone to whom you need to speak.
Fang puts his sword away and he does not say anything. He doesn't trust her anymore.
She shows teeth in her next smile, and her eyes are as cold as ever. And she stands back up and uh, straightens her
I
snowy
mean,
white hair, and she
not for
says,
nothing, but the only person I really want to talk to, I don't know if you can pull through.
"Oh, we'll find a way, but
I mean, they're kind of a god. This?
it only means higher stakes."
No. Just turns around so she can't even see the bird.
Very well, very well. Good luck at that. Are you sure there's nothing I can do for you?
I mean, other than just
Whoa.
take us home,
I
that's kind of
mean,
all we want.
there's a bard here. You could always, this is all out of character. I would not say that shit in character.
I was about to say, that's a good way to enter your party into a pact you cannot break. But if nothing else, then she kind of strides past the. She kind of drops the whole demeanor she has, and with a cold focus, strides past the group. And she speaks plainly and says, They'll be here any second to take you away. I'll make up some story or another. In case you can't tell, I'm experienced with that. And then she literally reaches as if to open a door and promptly opens a door. And this time you can see plain as day that it leads back into the forest from which you all came. She says, "Good luck now."
Jaleo.
Ta-ta.
Thank you.
Close the door on your way out. She turns and moves down the hall.
Go through the portal.
You all are transported back to, if I can get the page here, I'll swap it over to Baldur's Gate real quick to move through. Back to the forest.
Well, that was quite a fucking trip.
Everyone who's not an elf, we have to roll to keep our memories. Unless you don't want that to exist in this world.
Presumably whatever she used to get you out as part of the deal that she struck with you, she provides so you can remember the terms, because they would be a little inconvenient otherwise for her.
I was gonna say, I mean, technically, if she didn't, it would work in our advantage because it's one of those things where we know if we play by her rules, she has to play by the same rules. So it's like, well, you
Yeah.
didn't specify if we kept our memories.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean?
Get used to fake conversations, Aaron.
You used to face stories, Aaron. You're in one.
Oh, damn.
And immediately the warmth that washes over you all is refreshing as you realize you were probably on the edge of getting frostbite, some of you at least.
Oh, I'm so happy to be.
Now that we're out of the Feywild, I'm going to barrage Darius with questions about the arm, like how capable in combat is it?
I will do some DM interjection here to shortcut and let you know that it's kind of hard to put mechanics to it for interactions and stuff, but you generally won't be able to do a lot of things that require fine motor controls. It's not exactly an amazing sci-fi future tech prosthetic, but you have sort of a metal hand. It's as good for punching things and slapping things.
Yes,
You can kind of
but
open
how
and
hard
close
can
it.
I punch things?
I mean, about as hard as a regular arm, I suppose. I mean, it's sort of like holding on to a big metal bar in the end of your arm.
Hmm. Flex it, unflex it, flex it, unflex it, flex it, unflex it. Neat. How did you connect it to my nerves so fast?
It's not really connected to nerves. I
You're
mean, like you
you're
can really
using your
open and
key.
close.
You're using
Yeah.
your key to manipulate it.
Yeah, pretty much you have to open and close it. I mean, you can't really do fine motor controls, so it's literally just it's a fist and an open palm.
Can I
As of
spread the
now,
fingers?
not that you can tell.
It's
Yeah,
all
you're
in
like
how you practice
you're
with
like
it.
Bender. That's all you got.
Cool.
We should really get back to Waterdeep. I don't know how much time has passed. There's a lot we need to take care of.
And
Yeah, just run over to the nearest farmer. Hey, what day is it?
run over to the nearest farm. Whenever you get out of the forest and you see a truck drive down the road.
Oh, by the way,
Shit.
druids, did they figure
Oh, it's
out
not good.
how to help us at all with anything?
There's a truck. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look good.
They seem incredibly confused, and they ask what happened.
What do you mean? What happened? You were there.
We fled the cave, and
Oh,
old
shut
man-
up. She
the
didn't
old-
let them in on it.
the old man transported us, and we got through, right?
I can
Normally,
shoot
I can
them now,
remember
right?
these things.
No, we
Does-
came here to save them. You can't shoot them.
Yeah, what about Holofar?
Holofarn doesn't say anything. He seems to be he says something that suggests he's confused about what happened.
Can I incite him
You can.
since he's an elf? You say yes?
Mm-hmm.
No? Fuck you.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see here. Insight. Oh, I rolled a 3.
That's actually not that bad. Yeah, you're pretty sure he knows more than he's letting on.
Well, let me tell you a story. We went through a portal. It took us somewhere else. It was not a fun time. It wasn't even a good time. And then we came here.
Yeah,
There may or
sounds
may
about
not have
right.
been Winterfell involved.
You know, that suddenly explains a lot of things.
Why are you cold?
Frosty a little bit.
Wow.
Anyway,
Oh, shut up, dead man.
I suggest we move then.
I
Yeah,
agree.
let's head back to the city.
All right, so where you all planning to head? Going
Back to
straight
home
back,
base.
or all right, you want to go to Waterdeep?
Are we separating from the druids or are they coming with us?
They're gonna separate unless Farin is planning on heading back because of his shop, but
So the entire
I can
reason
put
we met this
Grubosh-
guy didn't get solved either.
yeah, Grubosh is planning on staying, but Farin and Toriath they're gonna come with you because he has a shop to run.
What about his girlfriend?
Yeah, that's Torbeth. She's
Oh.
So, wasn't this whole thing started because Fang wanted to learn about some plant?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
We literally got sidetracked over a plant.
To be fair, when the egg hatched, we wanted to ask the druids things too.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but they didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they're useless. These are like some low level ass druids.
I can put them to work, bring them with us.
I mean, you could actually go asking after him because that Furbolg is an archdruid, but
I'll go over to him and go.
Goldfarb is or Grubosh is?
no, not Grubosh,
The chieftain.
arch shepherd. Yeah,
Oh
Is he
yeah,
here?
go ask that guy.
he's just nearby. I mean,
He's like in the
reachable
woods,
during
right?
night. Yeah,
Cool. Then I'll go. I'll help back with them, and ask him. Hey, how do I raise this thing?
they
And don't say get rid of it. I'm sick of hearing that. It's not an
their
option.
first suggestion is to get rid of it, but they give you
Not an
information
option.
about more or less basic things on how to keep it calm generally, how to teach it some degree of responsibility, and they suggest that um, you get in touch with someone a bit more elementally attuned to that particular plane because they pass along some techniques that only someone that's in tune with the fire plane could really utilize. It requires a lot of hands-on instruction and also a sort of infusion of fire, and that should more or less keep the thing under control until it matures.
Do
Hmm.
they have anybody in mind, or
I wonder if there's this way to stop it from aging altogether, to prevent it from growing. Because then it'd be fine. It'd be small.
They
There's
just
literally a
basically say if you could get.
elemental hanging from someone's
Yeah,
neck.
I was gonna say.
I'll
she's
ask. I'll
unhelpful?
ask.
She
I'll
is
ask her.
unhelpful as fuck.
I mean, with the techniques that they pass along, yeah, she's pretty sure that she could utilize them.
Oh, but will she?
Will she? She has no problem with it.
Cool.
How would we go about? I'm saying this mentally. How do I go about doing that?
Shalana says she's a little tuckered out after heading through the winter wild, but as you all have passed through so many elemental planes and have had such a close connection with elementals, her strength has been slowly coming back to her after the whole Leviathan deal and being rescued back from the plane of fire. And she says that she's relatively sure that she'll be able to manifest herself again soon in the prime material plane, and from there she'll be able to handle the Phoenix. She mentions that she also feels as if there's a sort of new or strengthened sense of power within the party as you all have reached level 10.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
Oh, sick.
see, nobody died, and we met the two daughters of the Queen of Winter.
Level 10. Level 10. I only got one pact with a fang creature, but I got a
got
sweet
pact.
loot.
Yeah, I'm gonna during the short rest sit down and ask the other one what it is she wants to make a deal about, since we never actually got down to it. Because I assume that since no one stepped up, I'll be the one to make a deal with her.
And I'm attuning to the loot. And are we? Do we? I forget. Do we have horses here? Or did they all die?
You have horses. I mean, they might be. They're kind of gone now. You'd have to go try to find them. But you had horses. On the
Right.
way
They're like
here.
in the woods, tied up somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
With the cart.
And
With
Maeve
the-
says,
The cart
not
couldn't fit in the forest.
dejectedly, but not exactly enthusiastically, that she had a similar idea to her sister.
You want to use me to help you make your mother see reason,
There's a mutual benefit.
but she could kill me.
She could kill me.
Oh, I'm already helping your sister die. Don't have a problem helping you. I agreed
I
to
knew
help you first.
you'd see reason.
I don't know if this is a reason. I don't know what this is.
Ah.
I'm sorry, what is he doing? What is he trying to do? Lawrence, what are you trying to do? What are you
Turns out
intervening
Lawrence
Oh
has
on?
my
been
god,
a
it'd be so
cleric.
awesome if he just destroyed the bird. I would freak out.
Turns out that Lawrence is actually the final villain, and he's been a cleric of Umberlee this entire time. But yes, he now has divine intervention.
Ooh. That's sexy.
And Lawrence, you said that your character does not particularly revere anyone,
No.
so we have a number of options for this. You can either leave it to me to deal with what would happen if you tried to use that without revering any one particular deity, or I suppose you could try and call upon the Winter Fae whenever you use that instead.
I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. Yes, you all can go ahead and just presumably you say you all want to head right back to Waterdeep, right? I'm not gonna
Can
have
Fang
anything.
get the advice on the stupid plant?
Yeah, you Farin can also give you some a bit more in the way of materials and other resources once he gets back to his shop, but more or less you've learned how to cultivate them successfully. And if you all head back to Waterdeep, then I'm not going to hassle you after all that for random encounters, so you'll be able to safely get back and take a long rest along the way because it'll take some time to reach the city.
I'm gonna keep pouring.
All right, roll hit dice then.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pouring key into the book.
All right.
I would like to
Or the
say
journal.
one thing that Fang does before this trip.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
He goes over to Aaron and says, "I'm sorry," and he stabs himself in the eye and rips out his eyeball.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Okay, you are.
Fang is down a left eye.
You have an interesting sense of honor, Fang. So
He
Lawrence,
judges
after
by actions.
okay, so Lawrence, after your party escapes from multiple dangerous situations during your rest time, you promptly see someone take a cue from Odin, and as a sign of penance, gouge his own eye out with a dirty knife.
Hey, not a dirty knife. I'm not getting infected. I'm a chef.
can't
I
be
have
that
plenty
clean.
of clean knives.
Fine, a clean knife.
I have forks.
Does that
I'm
make
taking
it
a
better
fork
that
so I
you
rip
just
it out
gouge your own
clean.
eye out in penance?
Yeah.
I proceed to kick his ass while carrying him at the exact same time.
Ooh,
Um,
I get a pretty cool ability.
I get new spells. Level
I
4,
get
baby.
aura sight.
you hear Mabe in your head, Aaron, whenever Fang does this, and she says, "My sister will probably try and offer him another eye at some point. Perhaps you should warn him."
I don't think he'll accept. He doesn't seem to like her.
She has a way of growing on people, sort of like a
Fungus.
Fungus? Darius, get out of my head.
You know what's funny?
Just-
I gain intimidating presence at this level.
nice. Ah,
What to do with this level up?
that's a very good question. If you all figured out your level ups, then you can go ahead and apply your new things now with a long rest. Otherwise, you can apply them for next session, and you can head back to wherever you're going safely. Like I said, unless you start crossing the continent, then I'm not gonna hassle you on random encounters and things along the way now.
Well, how much time has passed since when we get into the city?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say we're gonna go ask. So like the
Well, there's
gatekeeper.
a town where we left the cart and the rest of our horses.
Yeah, I mean, you go back and you
It's a fucking
You see
skyscraper.
it. You see a note next to your horses and your cart and all that, saying that the local authority has requested your presence because they've had to. Or well, it's like there's a bill and he needs to get some gold and get a payment ready, made payable to so and so local authority because they've had to take care of your horses for the couple days that you've
Or,
There's
been
food in the
gone.
cart.
or, or we could just sneak out of town in the middle of the night with them. Just throwing that out there.
It's like 2 gold, but
Oh. Or we could just pay the fine.
yeah, you all essentially get a parking ticket.
Yeah.
But it seems to have been a
We just
couple
sneak out of
days.
town for 2 gold. That's hilarious.
Granted, that was since you left. Um, you would be surprised if it were more than maybe an hour, if that, since you actually stepped through the portal.
Oh.
Yeah, all that seems to have not passed very much time in the material world.
Because you're a material girl.
Yep, in a material world.
Because we are living in a material world.
I mean, you have to. If you go back to some older music, I have to say, I think the Faye theme song is "What Have You Done for Me Lately?" So it's
Okay, finally.
Fang's theme song is I push my fang into my eye.
all right. There you go.
Cool, cool, cool.
Is that the session, or are we gonna go for another 20 minutes?
It's up to you all. I'm good with the other one.
So you said it was a few days that had passed.
Well, since you originally arrived at the town, it's been like an hour since you stepped through the portal. But where you left your stuff in the town and then ventured into the forest and some time was spent, it was a day or two, something like that, and you essentially got your little parking ticket in the meantime, because obviously you couldn't really take your cart into the thick forest. But not that much time has passed since you stepped through the portal. It's still the same night as far as you can tell, going into morning.
Oh, that's nice. It's not like a week passed and we missed
No.
our appointment.
I was very tempted to turn this into a Starfinder campaign and have you all come back 10,000 years later, but I'm not going to be that mean.
Look, man, you
come
say
back
that,
and
but
walk out
I'm
and you see
so.
a space marine.
Oh, there, Ilf. What?
Oh, it's one of you, the goblins of old with the pointy ears.
What goblin? I'm not a goblin. I'm an elf.
Man,
Xeno
would it be
scum.
weird to be walking around with a bunch of humies?
Oh boy.
And not to mention, we have literally a unidentified flaming object.
Fang has to change his race to Orc Choppa.
Not to mention the scary vampire that would just eat all of them.
Yeah, I think we'd be killed on sight.
Yeah, it's up to you all if you want to spend the next 20 minutes or however long wrapping things up, or if you just want to call it here. I'm good with others. I don't have to go anywhere, so.
I mean, I want to know how, like, when is that meeting with the council and everyone in Waterdeep?
10,000 years ago.
From what I recall, you all had about a week, and you spent a few days coming up here. So, if you went back to Waterdeep, it would take you a couple of days to get back, and you're pretty sure at the normal pace that you've been going before that you would be able to get there and and arrive at the meeting on the following day.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I want to dress up nice for that meeting.
You know what's really messed up? Kenshi could have done some real fuckery with us where we leave and like we leave and like we came back like 2 days before we actually arrived or something.
Yeah, and you'll
Or
see your
time
whole
loop.
party coming into the forest while you're walking out.
Close the loop. Anyway, it's good. We have a lot to discuss with them. What was man? I
Do we?
remember our main goal was to like convince them to combine forces with Baldur's Gate and march against Neverwinter.
Yeah, it was somewhat political maneuver, and then somewhat at the same time there was talk of sort of convening with their findings on their investigation about what exactly happened with that Phoenix summoning and things like that. And so it was pretty
Right.
much
And
we'll
we have a
regroup
lot to
after
tell
all
them.
this. Yeah, we'll regroup after all this. You all get a chance to. They get a chance to tell you what they found, and probably try to put you up to, getting to the bottom or moving against whoever they found out as the culprit. While you all get the chance to speak it directly to the Council of Waterdeep and do whatever political
We
maneuvering you might wish.
we've been tracking the movement of the Phoenix. We found it right. We found it on someone named. Oh, it's here.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't bring it inside
I'm,
that meeting.
I'm bringing it regardless.
No, then you're not allowed it.
You can't stop me.
Honestly, the
You-
big cage
No.
for it should be done by the time we get back.
Aaron's
Oh,
just
that's
carried in
right.
in his robes, and they're like, "Sir, we're gonna have to search you. How dare you?"
Yeah, he starts
word.
chirping loudly. Sir, what do you have in there? How dare you? That is just my hunger.
Alright, so I guess we can just gloss over we got back to Waterdeep and we can just say we did a couple things.
No, we're
and
gonna
then we
we're
can
gonna
call
spend
it.
the next 4 sessions doing the travel RP. It's gonna
Just rolling survival checks for
Fucking
Yeah.
Oregon Trail over
Yeah.
here.
everybody sleep, get a lot of rest, and we'll come back and we'll have a 72-hour session where we just live time travel to Waterdeep. But yeah, in all seriousness, we're gonna gloss over the travel there. I'm not gonna have you guys run into a bunch of mountain ogres or something on the way.
Yeah. We got to tell them about the new news of the king and these elemental cultists and all that jazz.
Yeah. Maeve Beast Tamer, no. But Maeve speaks to Aaron and asks Aaron to ask the group not to mention too much exactly about the Winterfell. Obviously, keep the whole deal under wraps.
Okay. The lady says shut the fuck up about the winter Faye.
Yeah, I don't think we should mention that we traveled there.
Yeah.
Kenji, what do you mean no? It's awesome. It works. And that's a revised version, so it's not as broken. Come on, Kenji. Come on.
All your shit's broken, bro.
My shit's not broken.
Your shit's broken.
You want to see broken? Let me use a great weapon. Like Kensei's were normally allowed to do.
Yeah, but are you talking about when they were still in North Arcana or whatever? Whenever
Yeah.
they could use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kensei still covered.
I do have to say this. Good job, Fang, for not taking my bait to cut your character story quest short.
Oh no, he took the bait. He just wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, I kind of did shoot him in the face.
Plus, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
That's true.
Anyway, so what Fang does before the meeting is starts to plant these two seeds into trees and also conscripts a rat and teaches him how to take care of them as well while we're gone.
He does what?
He forces a rat to do his
Okay,
gardening
you're talking
while
about
he's
the were.
gone.
You're talking about Splat the were-rat.
Yeah, splat.
Okay,
I'm
I thought you
asking
meant a
him to
literal
take care of
rat.
the dog, the pets, and the flowers while we're gone.
Conscripting is not asking, conscripting is forcing.
Well, he's already watching it first
He
anyway.
looks. Yeah, I mean he agrees, and he looks a little different from last time. I mean he's still kind of a grimy were rat, but he's cleaned up slightly, and it seems like he's been.
I get him everything that I'll need to take care of it while I'm not
Yeah,
taking care of it.
seems like he's a little more aware now, a little tougher. So he says he'll keep him safe.
I'm not high anymore.
I'd like to try to like get just the lowdown of with the order and see if there's any news of anything that's happened on the coast. Just general news from every city.
Yeah. So
The Golden Sun regime has spread. Yay!
Selin asks you to meet him at the Underdark, and if you do, he gives you just general overview of the order and says that things are starting to pick up again, but there's a bit of turmoil up north, more so than usual, because someone, and he doesn't name names, but he kind of gestures to you in a way that means he's pretty obviously indicating your mentor has been pressing and kind of prodding to root out insecure, I guess, elements in the order, and that's causing a bit of political strife within the order. But it seems to be moving along well enough. He's actually making progress with it, and in fact, if you return to Waterdeep, you do get a message from him that he says it's likely that he will have something more to talk to you about soon, and he leaves you within the message. It's not a literal letter. Your messages are kind of going through the wizard right now. He's acting as your
Right.
liaison in a lot of cases, but he mentions to you in this mental message that next time he talks to you, aside from news about possibly a rat within the order, or within the high council of the order, he also will present a couple of theories about that the crystal that you have. So
Interesting. Um, yeah, I mean, I imagine he's like what, like infiltrating the cult. That's what he's trying to do.
yeah, basically he's trying to get as close to the closed council as possible to poke and prod and root out right now. Or I guess mainly he's trying to identify, because he mentioned before that he has suspicions that someone high up in the order has kind of turned and flipped. So he's trying to identify.
Oh,
that.
in our order, in the Golden Rose. Yeah. Okay. I thought he was into those like cult of the dragon people who were trying to do the like, or the elementalist cult.
Yeah, he's pretty sure that if someone's flipped, it's probably relating to them. So it's sort of one and the same.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Meanwhile, I'm meditating in my weird place, and I ask Mabe, what do you think could happen if I touch that mask?
Only one way to find out, and by now, I mean she's leaning on the porcelain bear again, and she's created a sort of porcelain, not necessarily porcelain, but I guess an icy imitation of someone not too different from herself. And the porcelain man that was struggling to move the last time is actually being instructed how to dance with this sort of ice statue, and
Poor bastard.
he's getting that physical therapy basically. But she says that there's only one way to find out. Do be
I know.
cautious, though.
Me, not cautious. Come on. Jump up and like jump as high as I can. Start climbing, trying to get so I can touch it.
And congratulations. All hell's gonna break loose next time.
Yep.
I get to deal with this. So
What did you just do?
Don't worry about it.
he hit the backstory button is what he did.
Yeah, there was a built-in backstory button, and I decided, let's hit it. We haven't touched that thing.
Oh, so you hadn't really developed one? You allowed him to like make one into the story?
Well, he had a backstory pretty developed, but he hadn't brought it to the forefront, so to speak, yet.
Yeah, there was a reason why it couldn't be in the forefront. So
Yeah.
this is kind of the forefront button.
It largely has to do with his leveling process because he's kind of baked his story into his leveling. So
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, all hell is
This
gonna
is-
break loose. Be prepared for that.
yeah, this is probably more than I can deal with in 10 minutes, so we will wait on that one.
Yeah.
The sky gets dark.
Find out next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, I've got aura sight.
All right, is anyone else doing anything in Waterdeep? Something that can be wrapped up in a few minutes, so we can get that squared away before we.
I'm just gonna polymorph Aaron into a cockroach and run away.
You can
Uh,
try.
I don't suppose
session
there's a
ends with
manacle
Scooby-Doo
of
shades.
dark vision.
Monocle? I think I have one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
actually,
glasses.
someone has
dark
someone has
vision.
glasses of dark vision.
Yeah, because I got them from
That old man.
that old man.
That's totally
And-
not a cosmic deity, but
Dude, he's definitely a cosmic being. Like I got it from no, Taz got it from the old man and gave him to Aaron. He gave all his shit to Aaron because he was like, "Nah, son, I'm done. Don't need none of this stuff."
Mitigating a bunch of supplies that are going from the islands to Baldur's Gate.
all right. But if you're looking for something like that, yeah, Aaron does have something like that thing.
I'm sorry. For some reason I didn't see I had dark vision for some dumb reason.
You're dumb. You're an orc. Of course you have a dark vision.
I like how, man.
Thought he was a Goliath.
Wow.
He's not an orc. I thought he was an orc.
Reminder that Dragonborn don't have
He
dark
is.
vision.
Yeah,
That's
Dragonborns don't
They're
have
Dragonborn.
it. Goliaths don't have it.
That's like saying a freaking that doesn't make sense. Dragonborn, you know, the things that are like some of the
Things that have true sight.
the things that have true sight, and true
But
sight.
they don't
and
have
blind sight.
dark vision. So
True sight is dark
It's
vision.
true.
It's dark
right.
vision on
He's true.
steroids.
but
He's
it's
right,
not
man.
dark vision.
It's dark vision on steroids though.
But it's not dark vision.
What it is, they had no genetic traits to pass on to give them strength to see.
What
in
it
the
is
dark.
that there's literally no established lore about Dragonborn in the Forgotten Realms setting. So every DM has to make it up for his campaign because unless they added it in a new book lately, then there's no established lore for him. Some people say that they were made through rituals. Some people say that they're a race descended from dragons. Some people say they're weird aliens. I think every DM has to make it up. I gloss over it because there's no Dragonborn players. So
I should have been a
Yeah.
Dragonborn. I should have been a purple Dragonborn.
don't push me.
I'm not a big fan of Dragonborn.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Dragonkin are, on the other hand, way better.
Can we reroll ones? I don't really care one way or the other. I'm just asking.
I took the average. Fuck.
Yeah, I should just really take the average from now on. It'd be the same, but whatever.
Yeah, the one time I take the risk of it, no, don't take the average. It's like, no, son, screw your life.
Yeah, I have very low health, so
I have 77 hit points and an armor class of 20, and I hit like a brick shit house. So
I
Kendra,
just
can I
broke
take the
3
average?
digits.
I really don't care.
Hang on.
also, I realize if you don't go before me and I shoot you, basically I'm blowing your head off.
I mean, maybe.
Oh no, I have assassinate as a feature.
Assassinate doesn't automatically give you a critical unless I don't see you.
Yeah,
And
I
with
do.
my perception,
I do reroll on ones for hit dice. That's what happens in the games that I play in. So that's what I'm used to, and it's dumb whenever you roll on a one. I mean,
hey,
Assassinate, you have advantage on rolls against creatures that hadn't taken a turn in combat yet.
yeah, you have advantage, but you don't critical unless you were invisible.
yeah,
Or
I
I
think
mean, you had the drop on them,
yeah.
which was my 22. It's gonna be really hard to get the drop on me, especially if
In
I
other
decide to take
words,
alert.
in case you can't read between the lines, he's trying to build a sniper class so they can blow somebody up from a mile away and get a crit.
Got
Oh
that
yeah,
sharpshooter.
I do have
Sure, be
sharpshooter. I
nice.
just hadn't used it in a minute.
Yeah.
I remember you could not use it to save your life. Or was that Kenji?
That's Kenji.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I got an offset. I have archery and well, now that the bracers have been only add to the damage.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
so I do an extra 12 damage if I do
Since
my
since you're asking what we
sharpshooter.
can do, since you're asking
Question,
what we
Aaron,
yes,
are you flavoring that as a psychic thing? Or are you
what
flavoring
my
that as a Mabe thing?
aura side?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say a little bit of both.
Okay.
Global
I'll say the whole
modifier.
fact that you don't know what's happening is from Mabe, but the whole it's telling me everything about you is the psychic version of me.
Makes sense. Like she's obscuring it. Yeah.
What is
Not
Maeve?
suspicious.
Who's
Don't worry
Maeve?
about it. Don't worry about it, motherfucker.
That's the
That's
The
the
fetish
thing
that
in his
he's.
head.
the daughter of the Winter
In other
Queen.
words,
Oh,
it's
it's
a
the daughter of the
schizophrenia.
Winter Queen. It's the sister. Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, any other questions or things you need to get
Oh,
wrapped up?
I want to since we can since you know it's probably going to be a quick thing, just as a joke. I'm going to use that on the Phoenix.
Okay. Um, I don't actually remember what a phoenix's wisdom is, so let me
Hey,
look.
it's a young Phoenix that can't count. Can't use full grown stats. Those are full grown stats. That's cheating. You're cheating. Everybody, he's a phony.
Oh wait, no, I did it wrong. Sorry, that should be a +10 actually. So that should be a 26.
Plus
no.
10. What?
So that is the young one, yeah, because it has a +10 to wisdom saves.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
god. Well, I just tend to go, maybe this thing is unreadable.
Yeah, you go. So you go to read it, and then all of a sudden, you see into its mind, and you just see magician red with a JoJo pose,
Magician's red though.
and it stares back at you with the most intense gaze you've ever seen, and then it just
Wow. I
And
rolled
then just
like
what?
a nat 1 on sneak attack and still did 45 damage.
What'd you say, Kenji?
oh, I said it just stares back with the most intense gaze you've ever seen, and then it just chirps and goes back to its usual dumbfounded look.
Imagine Mabe and Aaron are sitting there looking frightened, like, oh my god, what is this thing? What mental training has it gone through?
This is your martial arts master the whole time it's been in disguise.
Hey man, it
grow
would
this
explain
dog
why my
out, and it
freaking stomach has
reveals
been able
itself.
to. That's why my stomach has been able to resist the heat. Apparently,
All right, is that it then? Anybody?
yeah, I guess.
Oh, I had a question.
Okay.
Shit. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh,
It was about.
should we give the broken glove to the wizard that lives here?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna ask him if he can build another.
He
Oh.
looks dumbfounded, but
I'm
he
gonna
says he
start
won't
charging
try.
you for arms, dog.
Well, maybe you should make one that won't break.
What was it, Soren?
Oh,
Maybe
how
you
many
should-
attunement slots do we get?
3.
3.
Oh.
Unless you take a feat to get like 4.
That's
Yeah.
Taldore.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have it. It's in the curated thing. You can take it. I just took the one right from Mercer's Taldori version, the one that.
What'd you say, Toki? From me? What'd you say when I said make stronger arms?
Maybe you shouldn't strap magical nukes to your hand.
Why the fuck not? Where's the fun in not doing that? You strapped a magical nuke to your face. It turns you into a vampire.
He's got a point.
We're not talking about me. I'm royalty.
So I don't know that. I can't say that.
What was that? He just went Yami, Yugi Yami. It's like, I'm Egyptian god. You can't. We're not talking about this.
Does the dagger of spell storing that you gave me, does you have to be attuned to that?
See what the hell? They get all these cool weapons. I get nothing.
If it's spell storing, it
I
usually is
built
attuned.
you a fucking arm, y'all.
It doesn't do anything other than
yes.
be an arm.
It does require attunement.
Fuck, man. And my sword also requires attunement, right?
It doesn't
Yes.
shoot things. It doesn't blow up.
That's the one that
If you want it to
just
blow
got
up, I can
enchanted.
put a bomb in it.
It doesn't do extra damage. It's just an arm. It's just an arm.
I mean, it does have armor plating on it.
That doesn't do anything for me though, does it?
Yes, you actually can't use your monk features now. You get played.
God dang it!
No. But sword and those all require attunement.
The sword, I feel like, shouldn't, though, because it just is a command word. So it's like a broom of flying, right? It's just a command word.
The reason it requires
uses
attunement is
attack.
because it's just an altered version of Flame Tongue, which does require attunement. So.
Oh, fuck, man. I really have, like... I can't even use this loot because I have no room to attune to shit.
You get. That's what you fucking get. Suffer.
I'm
Also,
not
I can't have cool
to anything.
Does anyone want a cloak of elven kind?
You don't have
If I
to
can't have cool magic stuff, you can't have cool magic stuff.
I'll take it, but you don't have to attune to the cloak, do you?
I'm pretty sure cloak of elven kind requires
It
attunement.
does require
I'll take
attunement, yeah.
You want it?
Yeah,
Yeah, advantage on dex checks is pretty good. Or stealth.
Yeah, that's what Aaron needed.
What'd you say?
I said yeah, because that's what Aaron needed with his dexterity.
My dexterity is +5.
Mine is +4, I think.
I forget.
Yeah,
is the
+4.
Triton of Fish Command attuned?
I'm going to go talk to the freaking wizard. I'm going to show him the broken gauntlet and tell him how I broke my arm and blah 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 blah. I'm like, you got anything else? Maybe that doesn't break this arm.
Does not require attunement, and he shakes his head and says, "Fresh out."
He says what?
He shakes his head and says that he's fresh out of items like that, and he'll have to work up a new batch.
No, I need more items. Everyone else has cool items except me.
You have an overpowered homebrew character. You're good.
I am not overpowered.
Technically, I make most of my own stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. And you can make me an arm that like freaking. You can make me the Winter Soldier arm. You made me this useless obsidian arm.
Look, big dog, it was the obsidian arm or a piece of wood attached to a string.
I couldn't have the Bucky thing where I punch something and then it goes and it punches it harder.
That requires magic. I would have to team up with somebody that has magic. You forget the mask sucked me all dry of my magic.
Can we rephrase that? Can we please rephrase that?
I think the session's done for tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I have key. Does that work?